Welcome back, Rich Minds. It's your boy Reno coming back to you with another video. And today's topic is gonna be how to defeat the enemy. Yes, sir. Let me say it louder for the chosen ones in the back. Listen, family, this video is gonna be based upon how you can defeat the enemy. All right. Now I know a lot of us, we have our own battles, we have our own internal struggles, things that don't nobody know about. Right. I went to a seminar, y'all, and there was someone who said that everybody has a battle that they're not, revealing or showing a person. And so I said the same thing to you. Everybody got their own battle. It's just a matter of what battle you're fighting, what struggle it is that you're fighting. And so, y'all, in this video, I want you to understand something. I'm going to let you know and show you and give you all the ways of how you can defeat the enemy or how you're already defeating the enemy, okay? And so with that being said, y'all, we're going to go ahead and get directly into this video. But y'all already know how we do. Y'all make sure y'all leave a thumbs up on this video as well as subscribe to the channel. Yes, sir. And not only that, y'all, go ahead and drop in the comments and say, I defeated the enemy. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments and say, I defeated the enemy, okay? Now, the first way of how you can defeat the enemy, family, is going to be this, y'all. The power of God. Yes, sir. Let me say it louder for the chosen ones in the back. Listen, family, it's going to be through the power of God, all right? Now, Rena, what do you mean by that? It sounds cliche. It sounds regular. What you mean by the power of God? Understand something, y'all. The power of God is strong. And matter of fact, go ahead and drop that in the comments as well to manifest that, affirm that, and confirm that over your life. The power of God, y'all. The strength of God. Listen, God is a God of abundance, right? He is a God of healing. He is a God of strength. He is a God of power, okay? A God of making the unqualified qualified, right? Making the unjust just, making the unrighteous righteous. What are you saying right now, Reno? Through all things, it's possible through God. So, I don't care if you're on your job and you like, man, I don't know how I'm going to pay my bills. It ain't paying me enough. Don't you still get them paid, right? I don't care if you are in a relationship and you feel like, oh, man, they don't understand me. Guess what? Either he's going to make that person understand you or, give you the right keys to that person to where y'all can both be on the same level intellectually, emotionally, or he's going to remove that person. All that came from what? The power of God, right? A friend. He's going to reveal that friend and show you that, hey, either they are for you or either they're not for you. What are you saying right now, Reno? It's the power of God. And so what I want you to realize is if he can change around your relationship, change around your marriage, change the trajectory in which your kid is going, right? Change the trajectory of what you got going on in life. What makes you think that he won't allow you or help you or give you the tools that you need to destroy the enemy? Yes, sir. Somebody drop in the comments and say destroy the enemy. Reno, what are you saying right now? Well, listen, y'all, in Ephesians chapter 3, verse 20, it speaks on y'all. It says, now to him who is able to do exceedingly abundant above all that we ask or think, according to the power that works in us. Okay? Understand this, y'all. The power of God is in you. Once you realize that God has given you all the tools, right? All the abilities and all the things that you need to win in life, win against the battle against the devil, win against his henchmen, win against those who set traps for you. Understand what I'm saying, y'all? All this is what you're going to realize, that how you can defeat the devil is by utilizing the power of God, and that strength and that power is within inside you. Somebody drop in the comments and say, power is in me. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments and say power is in me, okay? Listen, y'all, I need y'all to really understand and realize what I'm saying. The power of God is real. And so once you, have that stored in your mind, y'all, that's why it says in the scripture, fix it in your mind, okay? Remember this, all right? Be headstrong on it. Fix it in your mind, y'all. Understand that the power of God is real. And in my personal opinion, and according to the scriptures, y'all, that's how you're going to be able to defeat the enemy. Period. All right, period, y'all. And so we're going to go ahead and move on to the next one, which is number 2, chosen ones. All right. And that's realizing that the enemy is a sinking ship. Okay. The enemy is a sinking ship. So, Rena, what do you mean by that? Very briefly, y'all. I need y'all to think back when the enemy got casted out of heaven, right? Okay, he was casted from heaven. All right. And once he was casted from heaven, he fell straight down, y'all. Straight down. And he has never been able to go back to heaven. He went from being on the winning team to the losing team. But see, what he does is he paints this picture. He paints this, this facade. Try to make you feel like you're losing out on something. Okay. Try to make you feel like, man, I need to be a part of this team. Why? Because he is a sinking ship. Anybody seen the Titanic? Okay, listen, y'all. If you looked at the movie Titanic, what was that? That's a sinking ship. Okay, some people wanted to get off the ship, and some people, I know for a fact, on the movie, the way it portrayed it, they portrayed it like the captain wanted to sit down, and I get it, But the point is, y'all, is Titanic was a sinking ship. So anybody who realizes that they are on a sinking ship, what you can at least do is hop off that ship, put your life jacket on, get your lifeboat, whatever the case is, and survive. Okay, and live to tell the story. What are you saying right now, Reno? The enemy is a sinking ship. He's the Titanic. And so once you understand that he can't defeat you. How can he? I can defeat you. You already down, right? You trying to paint this picture as if you got the boat of all boats. You got the ship of all ships. And that ain't the case. All right? Listen, y'all. Utilizing this tactic is going to give you the strength and the power that you need to defeat the enemy. Okay? And so right here, y'all, in Isaiah chapter 14, verse 12 through 17, it speaks on it, y'all. And so excuse the long scripture, but I just kind of had to so it can kind of paint the picture and the image of the fall of Satan. Okay? Which, as all y'all know, and if you don't know, he was first what? Lucifer, okay? He was first Lucifer. And God made him as Lucifer. He created himself to be Satan, all right? So, right here, y'all, once again, Isaiah chapter 14, verse 12 through 17, it says, how you are falling from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning. How you are cut down to the ground, you who weaken nations. For you have said in your heart, I will ascend to heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. He thought he was better than God, y'all. I will also sit on the mount of the congregation. He thought he can rule better than God. On the farthest side of the north, higher up. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. That's where he went wrong. Yet you shall be brought down to Sheol, to the lowest depths of the pit. You ain't even worthy to be up here with us no more. You got to go down to the pit. You worthless. You're nothing. This is the devil we're talking about, y'all. The enemy. He was already defeated. Those who see you will gaze at you and consider you, saying, is this the man who made the earth tremble, who shook kingdoms, who made the world as a wilderness and destroyed its cities, who did not open the house of his prisoners? Right? Listen, y'all, this is speaking strictly down on Satan, on the enemy, right? So a person like this, how can they defeat you when they've already been defeated? It's telling you, y'all, that in the end times, it's going to show that Satan is going to be made a mockery of. People going to look down at him, stare at him, gaze at him like, ew, you disgusting, right? You disgusting. Listen to what I'm saying, y'all. This is what I'm trying to get y'all to realize. When it comes to Satan, when it comes to the enemy, he's already defeated. This is a war, right, that's really already won. He's painting himself, okay, as this glorious thing that you're going to miss out on if you don't partake into it. All right. And so understanding that, you're like, hold on. you already defeated. I can defeat you, right? You're nothing that I'm missing out on. You're not this glorious, beautiful thing, okay? You are at the lowest pits of the earth. You're at the lowest. You're at the lowest, meaning he is beneath you, all right? And so once you understand that, chosen ones, you'll be able to move forward. It's not, and again, it's not to say that he's never going to test you, or you're not going to fall victim, or you're not going to, have temptation. It's not to say that at all. But what it is to say is, at least your awareness is raised. Your awareness, all right? And through awareness, all things, is possible because you are aware, right? And so y'all get into the next one. Number 3, it's going to be the chosen ones. You have to have a strong soul. Yes, sir. Let me say it louder for the chosen ones in the back. Listen, family, you have to have a strong soul, right? Now, Reno, what does that mean? Let me give y'all the difference between a soul and a spirit, because I know it's going to be somebody who say, oh, man, so have a strong spirit, have a strong soul. No, let me give you the difference between them, all right? So your soul is your connection to the world, right? And your spirit is your connection to God. Your spirit feeds your soul. This is why the devil corrupts your spirit to possess your soul. Now, I know I just said something real deep. I know I just said something that probably half of y'all don't even understand. And so that's why I'm going to break that down so you can understand this. Your soul is almost like a puppet, right? Your soul, it is determined off of what you feed it, what you will allow your soul to consume, the things that your soul download to your body, right? The things that you watch, the things that you partake in, that's your soul. This is why the fight of our lives is for our soul. The soul is innocent. It don't know anything, right? It just does whatever the spirit tell it to do. See, you can have a good spirit and you can have a bad spirit. Well, here's the thing, y'all. If you have a bad spirit, well, guess what? You're going to automatically have a bad soul. Why? Because you are feeding your soul bad nutrients, right? That's just like a tree. If you have a tree, and guess what? That tree, it can be a good tree or a bad tree. Well, if it's a bad tree, the leaves are going to die. And guess what? The tree is going to die at some point anyway, because you fed it the wrong nutrients. You gave it the wrong type of water. You gave it the wrong type of food. Guess what? If you want to have a healthy tree, y'all follow me. What you're going to do, you're going to put the right nutrients into it, the right fertilizer, the right type of water, the right amount of sunlight. And that's how you have a tree that can bear its fruit. Your soul, your spirit operates the same way. Some of us have good spirits, right? And those who have good spirits, you're going to automatically have a good soul, because your spirit is going to feed you, okay? Feed your soul the right nutrients it needs, right? So your soul can be saved. And guess what? If you have that bad spirit, y'all, once again, it's going to feed your soul bad things. Therefore, you're going to have a bad soul. Your soul is the connection to the world, right? Now, what are you saying right now, Reno? Well, if you can manage, okay, to keep your spirit clean, you can then manage to keep your soul purified. Meaning, don't allow the enemy to corrupt your spirit, all right? Don't allow the enemy to detour your spirit, because he wants your soul. But if you can keep your spirit clean, that's that thing that God has put inside you that knows wrong from right. We know wrong from right. We know what we're supposed to do, and we know what we're not supposed to do. I'm not saying everybody know how to become a millionaire, but what I am saying is, you know what's pleasing to the soul, what's pleasing to God, what's not pleasing to the soul, and what's not pleasing to God. However, you are the one who feeds your soul. And so you have to be mindful of the things that you allow into your spirit. It's a real deep conversation, y'all. And so that's why I'm trying to break it down for y'all. Understand something. Your soul is your connection to the world. Your spirit is your connection to God, right? If you have a bad spirit, guess what? You have a connection to the enemy, right? He's going to allow you to keep feeding yourself and feeding your soul the wrong things, because that's is what he is after. I was watching a movie, y'all, called Bedazzled, right? This movie came out in like 2000. And I like this movie because it has so many, moral messages inside the movie. But what stood out to me, y'all, is this guy, he was what they consider a lame, right? He had no friends. He wanted to be loved. He was unwanted, the whole nine, y'all. And it was his woman that he wanted. And the devil portrayed himself as a woman, right? Y'all follow me. Some of y'all probably done seen this movie called Bedazzled, but the devil portrayed himself as a woman. The woman said, or the devil, whatever, said, I can give you anything that you want. I can give you all the desires of your heart. That's how the devil work, right? So when he said that, the devil said, you know what? I'm going to give you 7 wishes, but what I want in return is your soul. The guy then said, if my soul is not so worthy, then why is it that you want it? He wants your soul because that gives the enemy full control, and that determines what happens to you, right? We know what's going on, y'all. That determines where you go, where you don't go, what happens to you. Your soul. Are you righteous or are you unrighteous? Now, sticking to the script, y'all, when I saw that movie, it brought so many thoughts to my head to where, man, the enemy is literally after your soul. He wants your soul. And so what I'm saying is, y'all, you have to have a strong soul in order for the enemy to be defeated by you. If you have a strong soul, a strong spirit, guess what? He won't be able to detour you. He won't be able to defeat you. You will be able to defeat him. Somebody drop in the comments and say, defeat the enemy. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments, y'all, and say defeat the enemy. All right? That was a very powerful point. I need y'all to understand that and realize that. And so before I move on to the next one, y'all, Matthew chapter 10, verse 28 speaks about it as well. It says, and do not fear those who kill the body, but cannot kill the soul, but rather fear him who is able to destroy both soul and body in hell, y'all. Your soul is very, very important. You need your soul, okay? Realize something. Your spirit is the one that's telling you, hey, man, we don't need to be doing that. We don't need to be doing that. We don't need to be doing that. And guess what? The more you allow your spirit to corrupt itself, guess what? That same spirit is going to be saying, you know what? It's okay to do that. It's okay to do that. It's okay to do that. Why? Because you have trained your spirit to feel like it's okay. And even ultimately, y'all, even the worst person have some type of conscience. But they've trained themselves to, because that's how God created us. But they've trained themselves, okay, to think otherwise. To think that it's okay. To where it doesn't affect them like the average person, right? So follow what I'm saying, y'all. A strong soul is a way that you can defeat the enemy, okay? Moving forward, y'all. Number 4, you can't be manipulated, right? You can't be manipulated. Now, I'm going to go ahead and speak on manipulation, very briefly, y'all. Understand something. He who can be manipulated, okay, can destroy the future. And I just came up with that off the top, right? And the reason why I say that is because if you allow anybody to manipulate you, okay, they can manipulate your destiny. They can manipulate, your present. They can manipulate your future. They can manipulate the decisions that you decide to make. If you allow yourself to be manipulated, then guess what? The enemy can destroy you. But if you don't allow yourself to be manipulated, the enemy he don't stand a chance with you. He don't stand a chance. Because you are, the person who controls your mind, right? Okay, of course, y'all, God first, always. Somebody drop in the comments and say God first. I get that. But what I'm saying is, y'all, outside of putting God first, you got to live this life experience. God is not living it for you. You have to live this life experience. You have to go day to day. You have to, go through temptation. You got to go to work. You got to live your relationship. You got to live in your marriage. You got to do these things. And so what I'm saying is, y'all, every day is going to be a day-to-day test trying to manipulate you. Trying to make you think that the things are good or bad. Trying to make you think that the things that are bad are good. Manipulation, right? And that's how the enemy works, y'all. I'm telling y'all, I'm giving y'all some real stuff right now. All right. And so right here, y'all, in Matthew chapter 17, verse 18 through 20, it speaks about it as well. It says, and Jesus rebuked the devil, and he departed out of him, and the child was cured from that very hour. Then came the disciples to set Jesus apart and said, why could we not cast him out? And Jesus said unto them, because of your belief. For verily I say unto you, if ye have faith as a grain of a mustard seed, ye shall say unto this mountain, remove hence to yonder place, and it shall remove, and nothing shall be impossible unto you. Pay attention carefully, y'all. And Jesus rebuked the devil. Somebody drop in the comments and say, I rebuke you, devil. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments and say, I rebuke you, devil. Realize what I'm saying, y'all. This is a very powerful point. You can't allow the enemy to manipulate you. He tried to manipulate Jesus on that mountain, y'all. He tried to manipulate him to go ahead and get him to shortcut, right, his destiny. The things that was already written. Go ahead and shortcut it. Don't worry about it. It's going to be okay. He going to make it seem like that. Okay. But understand, he's the father of confusion, the father of deception. He will deceive you. If you put yourself in a strong mental position to where can't nobody manipulate you. And by the way, y'all, the devil is not going to come to you with horns. Like I told y'all in that movie, he disguised himself as an attractive woman. He disguised himself as an attractive woman. Now, although that's a movie, y'all, it's still truth to it. The devil is not coming at you with a horn talking about, I'm the devil. Okay? He's coming at you with all the things that you like and love that are set out to destroy you and detour you from God's purpose for your life. All right? Understand that, y'all. And the last one is going to be number 5. Okay? So listen, chosen ones. This one right here is going to be easy, quick, to the point, simple. You have to be spiritually armored. Yes, sir. Okay, listen, y'all. Spiritually armored, right? Listen, y'all. This video right here is one of the most powerful videos I've done because I'm really getting super deep into spirituality. However, this is necessary for the soul. So listen, understand this. Spiritually armored. That means you have to have the armor of God. Somebody drop in the comments and say armor of God. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments, y'all, and say armor of God. Listen, y'all, right here in Ephesians chapter 6, verse 10 through 13, it speaks about the armor of God. It says, finally, be strong in the Lord and in his mighty power. Put on the full armor of God so that you can take your stand against the devil's schemes. For our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the powers of this dark world, and against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly realms. Therefore, put on your full armor of God, so that when the day of evil comes, you may be able to stand your ground, and after you have done everything to stand. You got to have the full armor of God, y'all, right? This is not just Reno talking. This is what it says in the scripture. And so if you're looking to defeat the enemy, you got to have the full armor of God. You have to have on that armor, y'all. There's really no other way around it, right? So when it comes to defeating the enemy, y'all, he don't stand a chance to you. He just portrays himself. You got to think of the bully who really is insecure, right? The bully at school that's insecure. They don't believe in themselves. They get bullied at home. They've already been beat up. And so they got this big old insecurity. And so what they do is they try to point out everybody else's. They try to manipulate everybody else's. And he try to portray himself as this big gruesome beast. This big gruesome beast. But in actuality, it's really a little boy inside. And that's how you got to look at the enemy, right? Lucifer, Satan, the devil. Understand what I'm saying, y'all? So once again, this is probably one of the most spiritual videos I've done. However, I think it's very well necessary to let you know the enemy don't stand a chance with you, okay? Once again, family, the enemy don't stand a chance, all right? So we're going to go ahead and do a recap, and y'all already know what happens after that. So how to defeat the enemy, y'all? It's going to be this. Number 1, the power of God. Number 2, realizing he's a sinking ship. Number 3, by having a strong soul. Number 4, by not allowing yourself to be manipulated. And number 5, by being spiritually armored, okay? You got to have on the armor of God. And so with that being said, y'all, we're going to go ahead and conclude this video. Y'all already know how we do. Y'all can check out any one of the links in my description. Check out any one of my books. That's 8 Steps to Self-Publishing, A Successful Book, Rich Mentality, Traumatized by Love, as well as Fairly Unequal. Be sure to check out any one of my memberships. That's my YouTube membership, as well as my Patreon. And don't forget, family, be sure to enroll into my social influence course, where I show you how to build up your social media platform, as well as become a self-published author. I'm going to catch y'all in my next video. Keep a rich mentality. Peace.